Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. Ethereum is, in my opinion, now moving in a triangle, and that sort of clears up some of the confusion why the move up looked so corrective yesterday. The move down, fairly impulsive. I shied away from doing it initially. Remember, I said doing this as a triangle, I considered it as a possibility, but I said this looks fairly impulsive what came down here, but sometimes you just get it like that. So it could really unfold as a triangle, which means what we've got here in this wave 4, which sometimes can be a triangle, which would result in another wave 5 to the upside, because as per Elliott Wave, with these triangles, they would usually break to the opposite side of the E wave. The E wave will be on the lower end of the triangle, basically A, B, C, D, E, and would then break to the upside. That is at least the expectation if you have a triangle. In the end, I would personally not trade such a triangle because these are fairly unpredictable, and it could easily still morph into just a normal ABC. To show you an example and why I think that's also still possible is that we came down quite impulsively in an A wave. This could have just been the B wave, and we're now moving down in the C wave. For example, here, some kind of a, wave 1, but it's rather corrective. That's why I looked for the triangle. But maybe this is going to become a wave 1 of C, 2 of C, 3 of C, 4 of C, 5 of C in an ending diagonal. In an ending diagonal, the subwaves have 3 waves only anyway, so it could be an ABC in wave 1 of C. Here, corrective wave, then ABC in wave 3, and so on. And this could then be the wave at the end of the wave 4. There's no way of telling, but my primary expectation would be, and I'm in favor of, the idea that this is unfolding as a triangle now. Which means we should have a little bit more sideways movement, but could then move up, while Bitcoin is already in the 5th wave. Ethereum is just consolidating sideways. How would this work out? So I already labeled it, gave you a rough idea how this could play out. Don't take the lines here too seriously. They're just to indicate that this might be a triangle, a so-called bullish pennant. Yeah, you can look at that as well, bullish pennant. It could very well be, so in terms of targets, right? In terms of targets, the target for a C wave would normally be the 61.8% extension of the A wave. At least that is sort of a guideline target. It's not an absolute rule, but a guideline. Now, interestingly enough, we've reached exactly that, which is another reason why I thought, okay, maybe it's a triangle, yeah, because that's exactly where we reacted from. Target for the D wave would be exactly the same, so taking the B wave length, adding it to the low of the C wave, see, and this is also guideline target, would take us to 1346, then we get a problem, because the B wave is very long, and if the D wave now really reaches 1346, we might actually break that B wave high, which would invalidate the triangle. The D wave must not get higher than the B wave, or it's not a proper triangle. So ideally stay somewhere below that, so I wouldn't take that too seriously, and then we should still see an E wave. So the triangle looks unfinished yet, so I think we will see here some further movement, okay? Could see some further movement. This could become an ascending triangle roughly, yeah, so it can get fairly close to 1346 before breaking down in an E wave. The E wave, and then, the E wave needs to stay above the C wave low. If it breaks below that, we could still move the C wave along, but what needs to happen to keep the triangle valid is that we should not break below 1315 anymore, because if you take the A wave out, then it can't be a triangle anymore. It could then just simply be what I just showed you, a simple ABC, just sort of for explanation. But in short, ABC is possible, or the triangle. In both cases, I would still expect the 5th wave to come. For the triangle, 1315 needs to hold, or in all other cases, 1300. If we break below 1300, it will mean that we are gonna have a much further decline. This is the support box, and we should then move up in a 5th wave. I can't really give you a super accurate wave 5 target yet, because we don't really have a defined wave 4 low. Especially if it's a triangle, the wave 4 low or the wave 4 end will be the end of the triangle, which we haven't defined yet. However, we can make some calls about target for the fifth wave, and we take for that the length of the wave 1. Go to a possible, I mean, I can go to that low here, yeah, but it's probably not the correct one. It might be higher in the end, depending on where the wave 4 ends, because if the wave 4 ends somewhere here, target shifts to the upside. So please recognize that and understand that. But ideal target here, based on the length of the wave 1, would be the 1352 range to 1374. So in that range, yeah, I would even say possibly we reach 1400, yeah, because if I shift this up, depending on where the wave E ends, we get fairly close to 1400. The moment there's just no way really of knowing that where the wave 4 exactly ends. But if this triangle pattern works out, it should be somewhere above, certainly above 1315, ideally above the wave C high, above 1328. Yeah, and that's sort of where we are. And then if we zoom out, as I explained in the last few days, I mean, the primary count is working out here. We are pushing higher, which is fantastic. And the blue count is still valid. Yeah, it is the same as on the Bitcoin chart, that the blue count could still push us down lower into the $1,000 region, maybe even lower. But at the moment, the blue count seems to me that it will get invalidated, and my primary expectation is that we are here with Ethereum already in the green count, which can still send us higher into the 1400, 1500 region. Condition for that is obviously that when we make one more high and then come down, that this wave 4 support is holding and that it will send us higher in a fifth wave. If we break down after the next high, while staying below 1350, which is probably not possible, that's what I mean, it will probably be invalidated. As long as we stay below 1350, the blue count is still technically valid, even though it has become very unlikely because we just pushed a little bit too high for the blue count. So that's why I'm thinking we should be in the green count, should get one more leg up afterwards in this green wave 5 there, into the $1,400 to $1,500 region, where we will have the next decision point. Tomorrow CPI data, so it could shake everything up a little bit. Maybe we get that fifth wave today, and maybe tomorrow we get the larger fourth wave in a sell-off, as per the depending on what CPI gives us and does. You know, it always depends on, do the actual numbers, do they confirm the forecast or not, and then you get a lot of volatility anyway. So tomorrow it will be a difficult day, but it will be an interesting one. Okay, and that's my update about Ethereum. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.